What's up, guys? It's Kavi here, doing another knife review for you. This is the ever popular Paramilitary 2. You guys, I'm sure, have seen this knife before. Probably seen several versions of it, several, pimped out versions of it if you follow Tough Thumbs or any of those guys. And it is a very popular knife. And when it first came out, I picked up the black guy here. The black on black DLC coating, really great knife. And then prices got out of control, and you couldn't find this knife, and dudes were selling these things on eBay for seriously like $300-400. There probably still some on eBay asking that much money, but the ridiculous thing was they were selling. They were in such high demand that you couldn't get them. Spyderco wasn't cranking them out in production fast enough, and they were just flying off the shelves. And it even took me a while to get this one here when it first came out, but prices have kind of started slowing down, coming down to a more reasonable level. And I was watching online for a good deal, and so I finally picked up a second one, which leads me to kind of the end of my review. I typically end the review and ask the question, if you lost that knife, or you broke it, or it was stolen, or whatever, would you buy it again? And that's really the telltale sign of if it's worth your money. Would you buy it again now that you've had it? And with the Paramilitary 2, when I asked myself that question, I was like, oh my goodness, what would I do if I lost this knife? I would definitely buy another one, but I better have one on hand, because I use this knife so much that if I lost this one and didn't have another one, I don't even know what I would do. That's how much I use this knife. That's how much I love this knife. And just the fact of that alone should be a pretty good indication of how this review is going to pan out. I will wager a statement here, and this is just my own opinion, I guess, and take it for what it's worth. But I will tell you guys that I think that this Paramilitary 2 is a perfect knife. I think they've arrived at it. It's ergonomically very, very good. It's using premium materials. You've got an excellent G10, excellent blade steel. S30V, I don't know how many times I've sharpened this knife. Just a few, to be honest. The edge holds for a very long time, and this is a beautiful full flat ground blade. But I have only touched this knife up a few times, and it sharpened for me really easy. I've seen other guys complain about S30V. It sharpens no problem for me. I have more problems with VG10, and I know I'm like one of the few that are like that. But just an excellent knife. You've got this excellent jimping on the back here. Look how hard cut that is. It's pretty much as hard as you can go without becoming hazardous. You got the compression lock mechanism. If you're unfamiliar with that, it's kind of like a reverse liner lock, where the liner here jams in this slot in the back of the blade, and as that rotates around, excellent lock, very strong. Love the G10 with the nested milled out liners. You can see those in there. That really saves on the weight. I think the weight on this guy is coming in at like 3.7 ounces at a 3.5-inch blade, and I don't remember the overall. You could read the specs anywhere, right? You guys have seen this knife plenty of times. The blacked out version, I love the subdued hardware. You got that sort of matte finish to it. My only complaint about this one is how glossy the blacked out clip is. The great thing about this clip is it doesn't wear like other black clips where the paint chips off and rubs off. This one holds up really well, but it's not muted as far as the finish, and it probably should be because it kind of looks a little out of place like that. But you know, whatever. I still retain the fact that it's a perfect knife. All the pros definitely make up for the pocket clip having a shiny finish. So I had to get a second one. I just love it so much. I use it so much. It's just an all-around great knife. Ergonomically, just fits my hand perfect, just perfectly. And you know, I love Spyderco. I love the Spotty hole. It just makes deployment easy. And this is probably the closest thing to the action you'll get on a Benchmade. You know, some people will argue it's better because you get kind of a more positive detent, we'll say, with the compression lock. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of, I think, a matter of opinion. But for me, you know, that it's also got a sort of like a spacer inside the blade, where, like right where the pivot is. It's kind of like, I want to say a bushing, but don't think the phosphor bronze bushings. But what it does, it just keeps the liners off the blade just enough. When you release that compression lock, the blade just swings freely because there's actually like no tension there. So it's really nice, you know, excellent design. 4-way clip. On this side note, knife makers, please allow your clip to go left or right hand carry. Tip up and tip down, that's kind of a matter of preference, but when you're lefty and there's no left-handed clip, you just isolated 10% of your sales by doing that. Say average 10% of people are left-handed. You know, so you want to boost your sales by 10%, tap the other side. That's all you got to do. 10% for a couple holes drilled. I'm right-handed, so doesn't bother me. Knives are still good for me, but I love this blade. Spyderco does it right. Tip up, tip down, left, right carry. And they're pretty consistent with that on most models. Unless there's a locking mechanism here that kind of prevents you know, the tip down carry. They're almost always you know, tip up, left or right carry. So love it. It's a very good knife. So good, I got a second one. It also comes in a camo pattern handle with a satin or blacked out blade as well. And then there's a whole slew of sprint runs out there. Most of those got snapped up like immediately, and people are still selling them for ridiculous prices. You can find them for you know, $600. You can find some of the S90 V1s or I can't even remember the other ones that they had out now. But really quickly for some comparables, guys. Benchmade model 943. It's also rocking an S30V steel. I would say these are comparable because the price on the Paramilitary 2 is still a little bit exaggerated. You should be able to find this knife in the $120 mark, but it's tough. You might have to wait a little while. You won't get it right away. This guy here, probably about 170, is looking at a good deal, but you're getting an S30V steel blade. Excellent action, just like on the Paramilitary 2. You know, pretty close in size. It's a little bit wonky on the camera angle that I'm at, but they're pretty close. Another kind of comparable, if you want to stick with Spyderco, how about the Sage? Still loving the Sage, guys. S30V steel, and it is also rocking carbon fiber handles. I realize that some people gripe about that because it's actually carbon fiber G10 combo, but I just love the look of carbon fiber. I don't really think it performs that much differently than G10 for myself, but whatever. It's up to you. And then lastly, kind of as a comparable, is this guy right here. Zero Tolerance. probably the first appearance of a zero tolerance knife on my YouTube channel. But this is the ZT-0561 Hinderer designed flipper frame lock. Just one sexy knife. And the reason I would say that this compares to the Paramilitary 2, even though they are in very different price ranges and even size is different, the reason I'm going to say that is because this is the other knife that I think at this point is a perfect knife that has nothing on it that needs changing. And we'll do a full review of the zero tolerance 0561 another day, but just in my estimation here, dollar for dollar, as far as you getting what you pay for, I think this knife is very comparable to the Para 2. It's a really good knife, and if you own one, you know that. So if you don't own one, I would highly recommend picking up a Paramilitary 2. It's a great time to get one right now because the prices have sort of leveled out, and you can get one without paying super inflated, money-grabbing secondary market prices, just guys who buy them all up and then sell them on eBay for extra money. You should be able to start finding them at your proper knife retailers. So definitely check out the Para 2. In my opinion, the most perfect knife. Thanks, guys.